What's up, Wargamer Fit community? Today we are coming to you talking about food. In fact, we're coming to you from our 40K couple set where we usually shoot our weekly Warhammer 40,000 show. It's kind of a nasty day outside, so we decided to stay in, shoot this video here on set. If you have never seen the videos that we make about Warhammer 40,000, you can head over to our channel, linked in the description, and check that out. So, talking about food, this is one of my favorite things, and this is such an important part of a healthy lifestyle. There's a lot of misconceptions. But before we get started, I do want to remind you guys we're not experts. We know what works for us. We know some general guidelines that are great for the community, but you definitely want to consult professionals and find out exactly what's right for you when you start to get serious about this.
Yes, definitely.
So let's get going.
Okay, so in order to talk about food, we have to talk about nutrition. And with that comes nutrients. So nutrients provide energy, and that allows your body to repair and grow. So if you're working out or, just in general life, you have to have the nutrition or the nutrients that you need to sustain. So those are kind of broken up into three different categories. So carbs, proteins, and fats.
That's right. And for all of these, you need to be thinking about eating as clean as possible. And there's really good options to eat affordably and still eat really good, clean foods. So as we're talking about these different areas, just be thinking about the types of foods that you have access to and the ways that you can make sure you're putting clean food into your body so that the results you're getting is, good results.
And the term, or kind of the saying that we've always said, is garbage in, garbage out. So if you put clean in, you're going to get clean out. So that's going to contribute to the way you feel. So if you're feeling kind of fatigued, it may be what you're eating. And so if you will clean up or kind of go toward a more like meats, vegetable diet, then you'll feel a lot better. But we're going to get into that.
That's right. So talking carbs,
Yes.
You're looking for about 40% of your diet here. Usually this is a really fun category. This category can also get you in trouble.
Yes, this is the one that everyone wants to fill up. They want to fill up this category and not anything else. And so one of the most important things that we want to talk about with this category is eating whole grains, rice, and sweet potatoes, because those are good carbs. There's other things in those things that can help you in other categories.
Yeah, really good minerals.
Yes. And so stay away from things like pasta, because there's just empty carbs there. There's nothing really good that you're getting out of pasta. It's all going to turn into sugar.
That's right.
And so the next thing is stay away from those basic white potatoes because of the starch in those.
Yeah, and then as you're thinking about the types of carbs you want, if you are going to have bread, like Amanda mentioned, you want to stick with whole grains. Carbs are just a great way to have that quick energy.
Yes.
But typically that's going to be more important if you're heading into a workout or even post-workout sometimes. So
because they're going to give you that quick energy, there's also going to be a crash too. So keep that in mind when you're eating your carbs.
Right.
So the next category is going to be fats. And when people hear fats, they think, oh no, that's bad. But you have to have fats as part of your diet because everything kind of runs off of that as a key energy source. This is an energy that will be long sustaining. In other words, it'll sustain you throughout the day so you don't have those dips like you do with carbs.
Yeah, and you're looking for about 25% of your diet to come from fats. These are things like nuts, good oils. Avocados are fantastic. In fact, I usually have an avocado with breakfast just to kind of get my day going. Things like coconut oil are awesome. You can pretty much cook anything with coconut oil, and that gives you a really good source of good fat.
The last thing, or the last kind of third pillar that we're going to talk about is protein, which is the most important because a lot of things in your body are just made up purely of protein. And so people skip this or they don't get enough of that. And so
it's hard to get enough protein.
It is. Oh, it's very hard.
Especially if you're looking for good sources of protein, lean meats, Eggs are a fantastic
Yes.
way to build that out. And of course, there's protein supplements and things, but you're looking for about 35% of your diet to come from proteins. And like for me, it's really hard to get enough of what I need, and so I know that's a struggle for a lot of people.
But know that you can do red meats, you can do pork, you can do fish, all of those things. Chicken
Right.
is another easy, cheap, affordable option as far as protein. You just have to eat a lot of it. I know that we personally do protein supplements because that helps supplement some of the things that we can't eat because you can just only eat so much.
That's right. But before you even worry about that, the best thing to do is just start to get carbs, fats, and proteins aligned in a way that's healthy and start getting those percentages to make sense. I mean, good protein in the morning, good fats in the morning, that's a great way to kick things off. Lunch is when you're going to be, you're looking for something to eat, you're hungry, you're going to want, a good, strong lunch so that you have that energy to get through the rest of the day. And then dinners, you're looking for, good meats and vegetables. And, it's okay occasionally to have, fruits and protein bars and things like that to help sustain you. If you're going to have those sugars, fruit is a better way to get that.
Because it's a natural sugar. It's not a lab-made sugar. So make sure you're paying attention to those things too, because a lot of the foods we eat already contain natural sugars. So you do not need to add extra sugar into your diet. And so one of the things that we really wanted to tell you about when it comes to staying on track with your meals is make sure that you are eating, and make sure that you're eating breakfast, because breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day, and a lot of people skip it. And what breakfast actually means is to break the fast from the night. And so your body is fasting at night when you're sleeping, and so when you wake up in the morning, it needs something, whether you're hungry or not. By the time you're hungry, it's too late. So you have to eat in the morning to sustain your energy throughout the day, or you're going to have those dips.
Yeah, and again, this is where you want to reach for those good proteins, good fats. A lot of times you'll see people grab a bagel. That's not great. I mean, you don't want those
That's
carbs.
going to spike your sugar.
Right, yeah. You don't want to be reaching for carbs like that. Now, again, it is okay to have some good carbs in the morning, like sweet potatoes. We do that a lot. We'll have sweet potatoes with our eggs and with our avocado or whatever fats we want to work in. And so it's really just all about picking those right choices and thinking about what you need through the day to reach your goals.
And another way to track this, which is something that we use personally, is MyFitnessPal. Anything and everything that you can think of is built into that app, and so you can go in and track all of these things, your carbs, your fats, and your proteins, and see what you're doing. Take a normal day and just log what you eat for the day, and then look and see what you're eating. You may be surprised.
Yeah, you will certainly be surprised. I mean, you oftentimes think you're eating one way, and then you realize that you're wildly off. I mean, I know that's happened with us. Another really important thing is hydration.
Yes.
You have to have water. It's such a critical part of all of this. Really, you should be drinking water. You should have water with you constantly. One of the best ways you're going to see really immediate results and start feeling better is if you just cut sodas and cut out sugary energy drinks and just the junk that's out there and stick with water, you're immediately going to start feeling better.
Right.
That's going to make a huge difference. So look for that. Someone asked us if coffee was a good option, and it definitely is. You just want to stick with black coffee where you can. So stay away from adding sugar and cream and things like that.
Right.
If you can stick with black coffee, that's fantastic. Or even brewed tea. So we like green tea sometimes in the morning, or black tea. Those are all fantastic options as well. But you need to have a big water bottle that you can refill throughout the day. Just keep that with you and let that be sort of just the thing that you're always leaning on to stay hydrated. So another big thing just generally is keeping those sugars low. Just stay away from things that are packed with sugar. There's so many things out there that have sugar additives, and none of that is good. So
and see, what's crazy is a lot of breakfast foods contain sugar, and that is not the time to even touch sugar.
Right, that's really just pumping up your insulin, and it's making you feel okay for just for a couple hours, and then you crash.
And then by lunchtime, you know how you're tired. That's why.
Right. So that's really just a general approach to eating well. There's a lot of stuff out there, lots of fantastic resources, and again, this is just the absolute tip of the iceberg. just some general guidelines to get you started. Like we said at the beginning, you definitely want to consult with a professional if you are going to get very serious about this and figure out exactly what's right for you. So get out there and start thinking really intentionally about how you want to eat and how you want to fuel your day. Look for those good, clean options for getting your protein, your carbs, and your fats. And let us know how it's going for you. We're really excited to hear how things are happening out there. And it's always really cool to hear you guys' stories. And, we struggle with stuff and we know people struggle with things. So it's really cool just to get to exchange those, those obstacles and help each other get better. So with all that, you guys have an amazing week and we will talk to you soon.
We'll see you next time, guys.